Wow, that is actually pretty nice. So I just uploaded episode 24 of Building Mumbo's Base out of Lego, and you guys should go check that out because we did a lot of work in that episode. But I just uploaded that episode and a Bricklink order came like not an hour later after that upload. So this Bricklink order should have a bunch of the plant parts inside and a bunch more tiles for building up the base. Oh, and it should also have a couple of parts for building up all of the chains. Oh yeah, and two things to say before we jump into this package. In the last episode, I asked if I should stream and you guys gave a pretty resounding yes. I mean, look at all these comments. So, would you rather me stream on Twitch or on YouTube? I'm probably thinking of doing it on YouTube just because it's the same platform and everything, but you guys tell me what you think. And the second thing is that this is probably the last episode of Building Mumbo's Base out of Lego. So, we still got lots of work to do, and we might actually see the finished product in this video. But let's jump into this package so then we can actually get that work done. So again, this package came from Germany, and them having super fast shipping here is pretty amazing. So first we have a couple of round tiles, and then we have a couple more round tiles, a couple of these plant parts in lime green, more round tiles, a couple of these partially round tiles, some more round tiles. These are, I guess, a quarter of a round tile or something like that. More quarter of round tiles, and then here are a bunch of bars, and this will be for the chains. And then we have some plant parts, some more leaf, and more plant parts. So that is everything in the order, and just like I said, it is a whole bunch of plant parts and a whole bunch of tiles. So this should help us finish the decoration of those two levels. Oh yeah, and if you guys aren't sure what I'm doing, I have to decorate this level here and this level up there. Oh yeah, and I suppose in the last episode I said I'd put all the tan pieces in between, so I guess I'll do that, and then we'll time-lapse the putting on of these plant parts and decoration and that stuff. So let's hit the time lapse. Okay, so I put in the water as well as all of the droid arms and even legs. I decided that the droid legs also looked pretty good, and as you can see, it does look quite nice. So now that we have all of the plants, or most of the leaves and all that plants in place, as well as all of the bamboo down below, this mock is looking so close to completion. But sadly, it is Friday, and my other Bricklink order has not arrived yet. So that would be the order that would complete the chains. So I'm very sorry, but that means that this video is now going to be delayed. But that does mean that I should hopefully have enough time to complete everything on the mock. So up top, you can kind of see I put in a little bit of bamboo along with like a little bit of texturing and doing different colors and that sort of thing. And then on the top of the first level, I did a bunch of plants and that sort of thing. And everything is looking really, really good. Oh yeah, and I also did the same thing to the top, so you can see all of the plants or leaves and all of that. And I have to add a little bit more, so probably more like vines hanging down. But overall, I quite like how this has turned out, and I especially like these little bamboo parts, or like little plants kind of sticking up a little bit with those leaves. That looks super amazing. Oh yeah, and inside that second level there, I now have the speaker and all of the lights in. Although it is a Bluetooth speaker, so I am going to have to access it again. So I believe the top section here is, yeah, it's not really attached in, because I'm going to have to access it again in the future, and also to turn on the lights. So hopefully putting on the top won't affect any of that, but I think it's time to put the top onto the mock. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I absolutely cannot wait. Cue epic music. Wow, this top section looks absolutely phenomenal. So I absolutely love how this section came out, but there are a few things I want to point out because there are a couple of differences between this and the actual one on Hermitcraft. But wow, this thing looks absolutely amazing. And actually the top section is a lot more sturdy than it might seem. So it is actually in there pretty well. And it was actually quite easy to install, or at least easier than I was thinking. But to take in the whole thing at once, we're gonna have to move quite a ways back. So this is basically as far as I can move back, and the entire thing still doesn't fit. There's still a little bit of wiggle room there. Man, but I absolutely love how this looks. This is looking so amazing, and the heart actually fits in there basically perfectly. So a couple of things that I want to point out is that with the actual one, the top section is a lot shorter and it seems a lot thicker than it actually is, and that does make sense because I removed these sections there and there because it was too crowded, and I guess these sections should have been further apart or something like that. So yeah, that's one main difference, and I think it looks a little bit taller, although I think it's actually about the same height. It's just the thickness of the pillars that kind of mess it up. So moving up close, I decided to put Green up there, and he is like dropping an apple on Mumbo, who is down there, and then Scar is way down there on the first level. So hopefully I can get a couple of different shots of this. So that's how it kind of looks from the top. So the chariot is looking absolutely majestic up there on the top. Oh yeah, and the other thing I wanted to point out with removing these pillars right here, I am probably going to put in a couple of slopes and other stuff to make it kind of look like these pillars like faded out or like broke off or something. So that angle right there, that 90-degree angle, won't look as sharp and awkward as it does right now. So overall, I absolutely love how this looks, although the heart is a little bit crooked, it's leaning a little bit to the right, but you know, that's fine. It looks absolutely amazing. So while building this section up, I decided to do something, so you guys will actually get this video hopefully Monday or Sunday, and then when the parts come for the chains, we will build those up in a live stream. So that live stream should hopefully be next Saturday, but it all depends on when the Bricklink order arrives. But obviously there is still something fairly important that is missing from this mock, and that obviously is the spanners, or the wrenches, as you can see here, or you probably already know that. So let's get the spanners out, because I think most of you guys haven't actually seen them, and they've been boxed up for like the past couple of months, so let's finally take them out. So let's slide this big massive box over, and hopefully all of the wrenches or spanners are still intact. Okay, big reveal. Let's see if they're still all intact. And uh-oh, it looks like a couple might have broken. Okay, so it looks like most of them are still intact. It looks like, I think, 4 or 5 of them on the side here still look good. This one looks mostly good. It's just missing a section that fell off there. And then finally there's that one over there that looks the most broken, but hopefully that shouldn't be too big of a hassle to fix. So we need to take the wrenches out of here and then put them on the mock, and I think it's going to look absolutely phenomenal. So let's go ahead and do that. Guys, it is complete, almost, minus the chains. Wow, I am at a loss for words. This is looking so good. Actually, I know exactly what to say, copying straight from Mumbo. This is looking seriously, seriously cool. And you know what? I am absolutely chuffed to bits on how this came out. So I'll try and give you guys a view of the entire thing, and it is quite massive. I'm like pressed up against the backside of this room, and you still can't quite see everything. So we have went from the original plan, and this is the plan without the waterfall. Oh, the waterfalls! Oh, I completely forgot about the waterfalls. So, I might actually not do the waterfalls because it does seem like a little bit cramped in there. So everything is a little bit squished together down like by the wrenches and with the pillars. So I probably won't do the waterfalls, but if you guys really want the waterfalls, please let me know. I can do them. I have all the parts for them, so please let me know on that. But yeah, this is the plan before any of Scar's upgrades, so there's no chain and waterfalls and all that. But the main thing that I noticed is that with the octagon, it is a lot thicker than the one that we have here. So on the one here made out of Lego, I probably should have made it at least twice as big, so then everything could have like been a lot less squished together. But with the size of the octagon, everything does seem to be about the right scale. So if the octagon was bigger, then the wrenches would have been like angled a little bit down more, and that would have lined everything up a lot better. But as you can see, the angle of the wrenches does almost match up perfectly to the angle of the pillars, so that is looking absolutely amazing as well. But yeah, everything in the Minecraft version definitely looks a lot thicker and fatter than my version here. Like even everything from the lighting up to the entryway into the base is a lot thicker. So you guys, I think my Lego version of Mumbo's base here is Mumbo's base but on a diet. So this entire thing is looking absolutely fantastic. I love how the heart looks and how everything looks put together. So on the live stream, we will do the chains, and if you guys want it, we'll also do the waterfalls and do some of that stuff, maybe even a couple of touch-ups on the mock and all of that. And then after this episode and the live stream, there is going to be a finale video. So that will be like a trailer, and it will be like some epic music, a bunch of cool pictures of it, not really me talking at all. So that video should hopefully be out in like 2 weeks or 1 week, hopefully, somewhere around there. And I'll also be sure to send this build to Mumbo via Twitter and all of that, so he'll be able to see the completed version as well. So I hope you enjoyed this final episode of building Mumbo's base out of Lego. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like on the video. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do that before you go. And to end things off here, I'm going to give you a couple of epic pictures of this base. Gearhurst Productions, out.